Now, let's start in Libya. The country's election commission says it will not publish a list of presidential candidates until after it settles some pending legal issues. The announcement to postpone the publishing of the list leaves almost no time to hold the election scheduled for December 24th. The stalemate takes place amidst legal chaos whereby different courts have issued contradicting verdicts about whether some candidates can run for office or not. The Commission admits that significant delays could increase the risk of derailing the wider peace process in Libya, but says a disputed poll conducted without a clear agreement on rules or eligible candidates could pose immediate dangers to instability. This comes amid growing jostling over the rules and legal basis of a vote aimed at ending a decade of instability. Well, let's bring you some analysis now. We're joined by Dr. Mustafa Fetouri, a Libyan academic. He's joining us live from Paris. Doctor, thank you so much for your time. It has not been an easy road for Libya to get to this point of holding elections, and it seems there are some significant stumbling blocks ahead. Are you surprised by these latest developments?
Thank you for having me, Linda. Not really. I'm not surprised because from the start, like 5 months ago, 6 months ago, we have been hearing from different quarters inside Libya itself and supported by foreign powers, of course. Different political actors have been trying to postpone the elections or have them shelved for another year. So it's not really a big surprise for me. But the latest developments, the stumbling blocks called, as characterized by the election commission in the country, in fact, they do not exist. What is happening right now is the attempts by various political actors, including, unfortunately, the election commission, which is supposed to be objective and balanced towards everybody and biased towards everybody. They are trying to exclude certain personalities from running for the presidential elections scheduled in less than 2 weeks. And specifically, I mean three people: Mr. Saif al-Islam al-Gaddafi, who enjoys a huge popularity in the country, as well as General Haftar, and Mr. Dbeiba, who is the current caretaker prime minister. Yes.
And of course, though, these elections are part of a broader peace process. If they are delayed, what does that do then for Libya's political process and stability?
Well, that's a very difficult question actually to predict the answer for, because first of all, it will be very huge public disappointment, and the people, generally speaking, will have far less trust in the authorities as well as in the mission of the United Nations, who has been mediating the conflict and who has successfully reached this point with its help, of course, whereby we will go for public elections, and that's the first thing. The second thing, there is a high possibility of renewed conflict. However, it might not be straight away after the 24th of December. We will see what will happen then, and then there is also the possibility that further political feuding between the different parties in the country, especially in the western and the eastern parts of the dividing line, if you like, there will be more political feuding and more delays. If the elections are postponed, as they are, there's a lot of speculations around that point right now, and there's the possibility that they could be postponed until March or February next year. I doubt it will happen that way. If they are postponed, they will postpone most likely for a longer period of time, and that will open the door for more difficulties and more political disagreements. And we have to wait and see what the new United Nations Secretary General Special Advisor in Libya, Mrs. Stephanie Williams, who just came back to the role, and she was the woman who actually devised the whole thing that got us to the election. We have to see what kind of magic she can comes up and bring Libyans back to the election date if they agree a new one. But it will be a huge public disappointment for everybody in Libya.
Indeed, indeed. Thank you so much, Dr. Mustafa Fetouri, sharing your insights there with us. Thank you.